Always create web. Always create web. Why? Why?
Impressive.
There's no vendor lock-in. Lock-in, right? You don't need... Oh, let me just talk about it instead of typing it. Let's create a web. Web. Add some visuals. Web, right? Web. Spider-Man web. Boom. Always create web, guys. Why? There's no vendor lock-in. You don't need Apple. You don't need Apple. You don't need Microsoft. You don't need Microsoft. Hey, Karax. How's it going? How's it going? You don't need these, right? You don't need these, right? You don't need these. And, guys, and because you're using web, in the future, right? When you're ready, when you want a desktop app or mobile app, there's a concept to use frameworks. Sigma, tell your AI to get rid of the vibing emote that's not in your channel. Where? Give me a prompt. Give me a prompt. When you want a desktop app or a mobile app, it will use web. Anyway. So you could technically build your web app, right? You don't have to worry about lock-in. But then when you want to build your desktop app for Windows, Mac, or your mobile app, it will just use web anyway. So you can make all your components. So make all your components web. That sort of makes sense, right? So in this case, what I did, at least for my tech stock, and let me tell you the history. History. Estimated 3-4 months ago. Tell your tech talk now first. Tech talk, what? So I can judge your decision? Okay, fine. Guys. Tech stack is Golang. Backend. Right? Front end. We'll use a combination of stuff. So there's a few things. There's the web app. There's the desktop app. Well, Golang is particularly targeted for the desktop app and the CLI. Oh, everything's in blue now for some reason. I should have turned that into white. Boom, bang, boom. All right. I'll just go over a web app. A web app is just TypeScript, React, and then what else am I using, guys? All right, the infrastructure. Infrastructure. Oh, database. Yeah, for these two, for the database, DB is SQLite and DuckDB. And when SQLite is for SQL, then DuckDB is for graph. What for the desktop UI? All right, desktop UI. So for Windows, it's wait, C#. Native C#, right? Yeah, should be C#. Whatever the native language for Windows is, I think it's C#. Mac is Swift. And then for Linux, it's Wales. But it's literally Golang. So native Swift, Windows, native
Impressive.
C#, and for Linux is Wales Golang. DuckDB, CLI. This is Golang. Yeah, it's already Golang, right? Yeah, Golang. WPF or what? WPF? Yeah. It's using all the web components. So these two guys, this and this, are using the web. What do you call it? I forgot what it was called already. Right, it's just a very common. If you use C#, why not for all three? C# is built for any system? No. And not for Mac. Even if it is, I didn't want to encounter any issues with the App Store when I upload and publish, because I was having tons of issues just getting Tari to work. If I couldn't get Tari to work, I wouldn't get any other. It just wouldn't work. So to make things bug-free, to have the least amount of bugs possible, I just made everything use its native language, with the exception of Linux. Linux, Golang, I definitely trusted it. Yeah, Golang for. Sorry, this is probably wrong. This is probably a wrong way to do the arrows. So we're talking about Sigma Shake Desktop. Huh? A lot of places of potential bugs and mistakes. Not if you're using the native products. If you're using the native language for the operating system, you have less bugs, way less bugs. If you use a standard framework like Tari, Electron, all those other frameworks, you're gonna encounter tons of bugs where you'll say it'll work for this operating system but not for that one, type of thing. And you never want. I've encountered that all the time, several times over, where like it works in one place but not the other. And that was annoying the heck out of me. So that's why I had workspace track platform parity, so that I could keep track of every common feature against every operating system. And how do you keep the features in sync between different languages and frameworks? I have this a platform parity tracking, where it tracks every feature and confirms if they pass, fail, or don't pass. So this is how I keep track of features. And, you know, I get my AI to, you know, keep working,
Impressive.
keep testing, making sure they work on each operating system. And I gotta tell you, like, there's more than just this. Why Golang? So why Golang? All right, I'll tell you why Golang. Why Golang? Yeah, and feel free, guys, to keep asking questions as I'm going through it. It actually helps. So why Golang? Supports all CPU architectures. Architectures. This is x86, 64, and ARM 64. So this means it could support the Mac and Intel CPUs. I wouldn't go this direction. I would go backend and web only, even if the desktop front end just hosted locally. Yeah, but the thing is, we have noob users that don't know how web works. They don't know about going to localhost port 5599. I did that direction, Karax. That was my first direction that I did. And you know what happened? I got a bunch of Windows users. I got a bunch of Windows users, and yeah, they prefer a desktop application. So that's what happened. That's why I couldn't just do web plus, yeah, I couldn't just do CLI and web. It just wouldn't work out. They would have to use PowerShell or terminal, and then they would have to run terminal commands, and the people that use Windows don't understand what's going on, but a single desktop application they could understand, and that's why I made a desktop application. So okay, going back to why Golang, you could support for all CPU architectures, so that means you could pretty much support all operating systems at that point. And then compile speed is super fast, right? With AI, guys, you do tons of iteration, like thousands and thousands of iteration. The last thing that you want to wait for is compiling. Like compared to Golang, or not compared to Golang, compare with, all right, there are other options out here, right? There are other options I considered. There's straight up TypeScript, and then there's Rust, right? Rust, super slow, right? Every iteration, even with caching, super slow. Even so, I would wrap web into some desktop app. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. The what do you call it? The native C# implementation just takes in the web version. Everything's web. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. But, you know, it's better to support each system natively for their desktop application. That's a lesson that I learned. You try doing that yourself, it's hard, especially with the features that I have. It's hard. Very, very hard if you use Tari. So why not Linux? I see, all right. If I had a choice, or if I had the option, I would do Wales, Golang for everything, for all Windows, Mac, and Linux. But there could be some weird bug that could go on, because Wales supports Windows, Mac, and Linux, right? There could be some bug that could occur and it would affect these two, and I never want that to ever happen. After working with Tari, After working with Tari, I was like, yeah, doing one framework for all operating systems is a no-go. It's a no-go. Because features and APIs and SDKs could be depreciated, and you're gonna have to wait for the framework to add that feature to like, and I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, going back to compile speed. I would still go for C# only for all three and backend CLI. Okay, I can't. All right, good. All right, I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. All right, but you know, I am using C#. I am using C# for Windows, and you're Windows. So I'm catering to the Windows people by using C#, but I wouldn't use C# for all my other stuff because I don't like .NET. I don't like .NET, guys. It's even though I developed and sold products in C# and .NET, I don't like it. I don't like how it's architectured. I don't like how it works. But you know, I use it because it's native to Windows, and that's the only thing I'll use it for, and that's it. Also, I don't like Swift. I don't like Swift, but Mac supports their whole own ecosystem of Swift, and so if there's something wrong, you know, you can guarantee that'll be fixed. For C#, the C# boys, I don't think they'll care if it's not working on Mac, and I don't think they'll care if it doesn't work on Linux either. Everybody just thinks for themselves. All right. So going back to comparing with compile speed, Rust, super slow, and it uses up all your cores. .NET is better than anything in my opinion. Yeah, see, that's where we don't align. I write it all in a native markdown and we get an agent to compile it. Yeah. So Rust is super slow. Like even with caching. Even with caching. Even with 128 cores compiling. Still slow. All right. You gotta believe me, guys. You just gotta believe me. Only reason why I would consider not to use .NET would be because of Microsoft. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys, you gotta believe me. All right. I have a system. Wait, I have 64 threads. Threads. 64 cores. All right, you guys gotta believe me, guys. I have 128 threads. I thought Rust is super performative. It is performative when it runs. Compiling, no. I never coded with Rust or really been in the loop. Okay, yeah, I've been in the loop. I've been in the loop for several years, for at least 6+ years. I've been in the loop of Rust. All right. The industry is rewriting all their stuff in Rust, but Rust doesn't work I have 64 cores. 64 cores, right? 64 cores, 64 gigabytes of RAM. All right. So you just have to take my word for it. Still slow, guys. Still slow. Is caching with an E in it? I don't know. Not even with 128? Yeah. Not even with 128 cores? Yeah. Still slow, guys. Still slow. Alright. Compiling. Comparing with TypeScript. Right? TypeScript. Super fast. faster, then go. TypeScript is super fast. However, performance is slow, right? You gotta think, for my product, we need to evaluate things at 2 milliseconds or faster. TypeScript is too slow. It's more like in the 200 milliseconds of speeds, right? I can't, customers will notice this amount of latency with all their you know, every tool call. They'll notice that, right? And so those are the options. There are also other options, and I did use, here are the contenders that I did use. I did use Gleam. I did use Tari, which is also Rust. Gleam, which is also Rust. What else did I use? Types, this bun TypeScript, which is, you know, TypeScript. But yeah, the model, the model just doesn't work well with this. Trust me, I rewrote my whole stack to use Gleam, to use Tari, to use Bun TypeScript. In the end, this is what I got. Lots of bugs, crashes, and unable to publish to App Store and Microsoft Store. All right. So I did try a lot of things, guys. I was doing whatever it took, you know, to get a really good, solid, secure stack that was stable, that was publishable to the App Store, but it kept getting rejected, guys. It kept getting rejected every single time, even with this stack. There were like weird small bugs that would work and not work. And this is for the CLI alone. This is for the CLI. For CLI. All right. What will be the tech stack for the website build? All right. Website build is just a TypeScript and React. It's pretty simple. What is the difference between build compilation time of Windows and Linux versions? I do not answer. That's like an Ask AI question. I do not know the answer to that question. I do not know. I know there's the build and compile speed. You could just say build and compile. Build, compile, test speed. I'll just put that all in one bucket. All right, let's ask our AI. All right, let's ask. Let's ask, guys. What's the capital? Hey, Joe. What? In Golang? Rust? In TypeScript? What's the difference between build speed, compile speed, and test speed? In C#? Oh, okay. C#, Swift, and TypeScript. Nowhere care about hallucinations in general by A. Oh wait, I forgot to do Ask AI. No, none, no one, none. All right, compile speed measures how fast code turns into machine bytes or immediate language. Build speed includes the compilation plus extra steps like linking, optimization, and bundling. Oh, that's true. I was hoping that you could ask your Claude Code. Guys, I'm not using code to ask this question. Test speed measures how fast of your test suite could execute. In Golang, compile speed, extremely fast. Compiler is designed from scratch for raw speed. It does no heavy optimizations during daily development. Build speed, almost identical to compile speed. Go binaries are statically linked, and linker is highly optimized. Test speed, instantaneous. Go caches the test result. If code has not changed, tests will rerun in milliseconds. Because .NET is updated every single version. Ugh. Rust, compile speed, notoriously slow, performs deep analysis for memory safety, borrow checker, and expands to heavy macros. So usually AI will have some old version and hallucinate results. Yeah, that's true. Build speed, significantly slower than compiling alone. Oh my god. Especially for release mode. The LLVM takes a long time to optimize the binaries and link them. Ugh, disgusting. Test speed. Interesting, compilers are so crazy, man. Yeah, compilers are crazy. Test speed, medium. Rust compiles tests into separate binary before running them. The compilation phase slows it down, but the actual execution is native and fast. Yeah, that's true. C# compile speed, very fast. Roslyn compile speed turns C# code into immediate language IL bytecode. Right, that's good. Build speed, fast to medium. It involves copying assets, generating NuGet dependency graphs, and sometimes ahead of time compilation. Test speed, fast. .NET Test Runner executes IL bytecode quickly, especially when using modern frameworks like XUnit or MS Test with hot reload. Okay. Swift, compile speed, medium, slow. Inference engine can be bogged down by complex expressions, making the compiler work harder. Oh no! No wonder my builds are so slow on CI. Alright, build speed, also slow. Xcode builds and includes asset compilation, code signing, provisioning, checks, and bundling into the app package. And test speed, medium. Tests require building the app target first. Running UI tests on simulators adds significant overhead compared to unit tests. Xcode, yeah, everybody hates Xcode, guys. There's so much gatekeeping on Xcode. It's like, hands up, I don't want to use Xcode anymore. Right? And then TypeScript, compile speed, fast, performs type checking, strips away types, emits raw JavaScript. Build speed, slow, modern web pipelines, Webpack, guys, the ecosystem for web is disgusting, guys. It's disgusting. But at the same time, it's very reliable because it's running the internet right now. It's running Twitch right now. YouTube right now. Tree shaking, linting, asset building, yeah. The web is so complex, guys. Then test speed, variable, yeah. There's several different testing frameworks. Bun makes it easier. Bun also is migrated to Rust. So here, go, blazing fast on everything, guys. Blazing fast. The ecosystem for web is crazy, as each browser and version has its own quirks. Yeah. So guys, if you were to choose something, who would you choose, guys? Who would you choose? Would you choose the ones that have turtles in it? The ones that have rocket ships in it? Or the ones that have lightning bolts in it? Lightning bolts, guys. Lightning bolts. Blazing. Blazing. And the only bottleneck is disk input-output speed. So as long as you have a solid-state drive, it's fast. It's fast. Is Go compatible with every platform? Yes. Yes, it is. And that's why I said earlier. Go supports all CPU architectures and operating systems. However, Wales also supports all operating systems. If you don't know Wales, Golang. I like how Karax is like, Hmm. Sigma Shake must be right here. Huh. Alright. Oh. So, yeah. The problem that I have with Whales is because it's an open source project, I really think that it's gonna have a hard time. I wouldn't say it's right, just interesting. Okay, got it. Player's top-down camera basically ended up copying Mira. Oh, okay. All right, did I read that right? I went, okay. What? So I'm doing a little pixel soccer diffusion game where I'm going to render each player's top-down camera, basically end up copying Mira. Okay, I got it. I read part of that wrong. Interesting and humble, of course. Got it, got it. Okay. But guys, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think, honestly, I think I did give C# a chance, Karax. I asked, I think it was Opus at the time, whether I should convert everything to C#. It did say that I'll still encounter platform-specific bugs on Mac OS if I use C#. And I'll reduce the amount of bugs on Mac OS if I just use the native language. So I did ask, because I was trying to have one single consistent language for all operating systems, but unfortunately there's just a difference in ecosystems that things break. All right. So it supports all operating systems, compiles to all CPU architectures. It's fast, compiles fast. The binary, okay, let me tell you about one of the main downsides of Golang 2. The binary is huge. Binary is big. Oh yeah, also Python. Yeah, Python's slow. I don't even give Python a chance.
Impressive.
I don't give Python a chance. I know everybody's like Python, yeah. Python is a baby language that I stayed with for 10 years. And as soon as you get exposed to Golang, it's like, yeah, Python is cooked. Even though people are using it for data science, for like PyTorch, running the LLM ecosystem because it's easy to write in Python, you'll pass all your engineering interviews in Python, but not in Golang. If you use Golang for your interviews, you'll fail. If you use Python in your leak code interviews, you'll always pass 100% of the time. So binary is big. No front end. No front end stuff. So it's not good at like HTML components. It's better to just use HTML for everything. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And that's what the web version does. Well, another thing too, it supports web easily. Supports web, has CLI ecosystem. This is Cobra. If you haven't heard of Cobra, I hope this doesn't get compromised. You just look it up here. Learn how to make CLI applications with Cobra. If you're ever interested, guys. And what else is there? So go. So I'm making sense here, right? That's like, you know, one of my decisions for making the CLI, gotta go to sleep in the morning. See you in the morning. No worries, man. See you later. Thanks for chiming in, man. On YouTube. Keep me on if you want. It helps you sleep. Guys, I always sleep, guys, with my phone playing either my stream or when I used to watch other streams, I would always just be watching other people's streams until I fall asleep. Anyway, we got our Go CLI. Now, what about our desktop application? I already told you it uses the desktop. For the database, I talked about SQLite. I'm gonna say why SQLite. Why SQLite? It's natively supported. It's a single file. Huh? Yeah. Thanks, man. Have a good night. SQLite is a single file database. Could be, works everywhere. Works everywhere. It also works with Cloudflare. Workers. And yeah, it's pretty flexible. Like, it just works. I've always used SQLite for everything for a database. It's just, and it's, you know, super fast. DuckDB, this is pretty new. I was looking for a lot of other graph type databases to do relationship analysis for a lot of things. And DuckDB just popped out because it supports an SQL database and it supports a graph database. SQLite is one process only, so it could have some bottlenecks. Yeah, you're right. And that's why I have DuckDB as well. So DuckDB acts as a SQL database and supports a graph database. I'm slightly migrating stuff more to DuckDB over SQLite, but DuckDB isn't supported in Cloudflare workers. So when it comes to the CLI and the desktop, it's slowly migrating to DuckDB, and then, you know, things are still has SQLite in the for most of my applications. All right. Binary big. What else do we have for Golang, guys? There's probably so much for Golang that I'm not including, but the speeds we wanted why Golang. Another thing too, guys, we want AI momentum velocity speeds. We need the AI momentum velocity speeds, guys. When we're like churning out commits like every 10 minutes or so, we want to make sure we could compile fast, build fast, deploy fast, etc. And this is just one of the, you know, many bottlenecks when developing. And so being as fast as possible is so critical, as well as supporting all like environments and ecosystems is so critical for a product like Sigma Shake. Like, I feel like I encounter way less bugs and I successfully am able to publish to the App Store because of Golang for my product. And the standards are really high. All right. This is off the dome, or are you reading notes? No, it's off the dome, guys. Off the dome, off the noggin, guys. The noggin. So the websites for web. Let's talk about web. Web is simple, guys. Web is simple. It's just HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? Simple. Web is simple, guys. That's why when you see all these people generating benchmarks of a game, they're just showing everything fitting into an HTML file. And that's what you see. And it supports your browser and it works everywhere, right? And that's great. But, you know, it really helps. It really helps, guys, when you use a framework. However, as much as I would like to just use this, like, you're gonna need to create a lot of components. Right? You're gonna need a lot of components. It could be like, you know, tracking time or creating metrics, dashboards, what do you call it? WebSocket, like chat boxes, real time, you know, movement stuff, right? You're gonna have all these components, right? And if you were to do that all in just single HTML files, it will not work, guys. It will not work. As much as you want it to work, it will not work. It will not be reusable. It will require more and more refactoring. It just won't work. So the framework that we use, at least most people try to get you to do, is you know, TypeScript is the main language that you want to use for one. The base language, if anything. If anything, guys, the base language as the base. And then when I look at the other option, guys, it's pretty crazy. There's just so many crazy options out there. But the thing that I just stuck with the guns with and what the industry is still on is just React. Some are going to Next.js. But React could be made in TypeScript. Right? React could be made from TypeScript. I say if you're use Next.js, if you're using Vercel as your provider. What happened to Angular? They died. They're dead. Angular's dead. And then everything else. Also, guys, one of the main reasons also that I use React is literally all LLMs train on React. So why go against the friction, guys? Why go against the friction of using, you know, a different framework when the model is trained to do this? So when the model is trained to create React applications, you make React applications. You don't try to make some other thing like Gleam, which is what I was using because it was built in Rust. You don't want to do that, guys. You don't want to make the mistake that I did. All right. So don't go against friction, guys. Don't go against friction. This was a very costly lesson, guys. You know how much tokens I put in making Gleam work and all these other frameworks work that were native to Rust? I spent a lot of tokens, guys. I spent billions and bajillion tokens money that I'll never get back unless Joe or somebody gives me more money. But I'm just being honest with you guys. I made my whole project was made in React, or not, Rust. And when I made Rust for the CLI, the backend, I wanted to make the front end use Rust as well, which was using like There's also other ones I just can't remember at the tip of my tongue, but there are other ones out there. There's several front-end frameworks. There's like Locomotive, or it's called Loco. It's called Loco. Yeah, they just didn't work out, guys. As much as I would love to use them, it took forever. It took forever to develop a front end, right? And when you're burning so much time waiting for your model to code, it's just not as fast, guys. It's not as fast. Like you get Codex, you get Claude to work on a TypeScript project. They'll be done in like less than 30 minutes. These will probably take hours. All right. So hopefully that's a lesson for you guys that saves you a ton of tokens. All right, and time. Yes, I'm yelling. I'm mad. I'm mad that I made this mistake, guys. I'm mad. And you would be too. You would be too, because you spent, you know, all this time, money, code, tokens on something that didn't work. And now it's just a lesson learned in time that I pass to you guys. I pass off the baton to you. And so, yes, always create web, guys. Always create web. It can be converted into whatever applications later that you want for anything. And it will work out. It will work out. Guys, you might be tempted. You might be tempted to be aware of these frameworks called Tari, Electron. All right? You'll be very tempted. You'll be tempted like drugs, guys. It's like drugs. Even the model, even the model is susceptible. Susceptible to these frameworks, guys. They're susceptible, but I want to say, you know, go woke, guys, go woke. Let's see. Go woke. Go woke. Just use web and the native stuff, guys. Web, native stuff, Golang. If you want to, I just saved you the trouble of having to wait for your program to be written in Rust and run into a bunch of bugs and errors that won't work on other platforms. There's also this other concept, guys. Oh, another one. React Native. That's another one, guys. You gotta be careful. React Native is very it has the word React in there. It has the word React in there. Oh my God, stay away from React Native. React Native. It is in blue. Just stay away. It'll save you time. You'll be like, why does this work in one place and not the other? Yeah, don't do it. Most people, guys, let me tell you the cons of these really quick, guys. Let me tell you the cons. Tari. You know, Rust. Written in Rust. Electron. Oops. Electron. JavaScript. Which is also web. Web. So these are all technically the same thing, guys. They're all technically the same thing. They're all doing the same hacky scenario, but if you were to choose, you know, one, you'd choose the one that's backed by billions of dollars. So that's usually React Native. But, you know, everybody's on the bandwagon of Rust right now. Everybody's on the bandwagon. But, you know, Rust still doesn't solve the native language problem per operating system. And so I'll always keep running into that issue. So take it, you don't have to listen with a grain of salt, guys. Grain of salt. You don't have to listen to me. Do your research, make your decision. But this is my philosophy here. My philosophy. Take it for what it is. You're free to ask questions right now to prove that I'm wrong. So if you're using any of these things right now, tell me. And tell me why I'm wrong.
Impressive.
Tell me why I'm wrong, guys. You'll be like, you know what? You'll be like this, guys. If you're not talking, don't worry. I'll talk for you. I'll talk for you. All right? I'll tell you right now. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. But open code is written in this. Is Intari. And then BridgeMind is Intari. Well, that might be true, but I know for sure BridgeMind's full of bugs and it doesn't work for Windows. And then OpenCode, also I just used OpenCode. It's still a little buggy too. The UI is a little freaking out. It's freaking out so much that everybody's using the CLI version instead. But yeah, that's my 2 cents, guys. That's my 2 cents. If you have any other objections, let me know. Bro, we're all Kimmy Code now. Yeah, guys. Yeah, everybody's now Kimmy Code. They're all Kimmy Code now. All right, no questions there, guys. No questions. Man, we have a lot of people chilling here, guys. We have a lot of people chilling here. I was expecting more of a debate. No. All right, let's talk about Kimmy. Let's talk about Kimmy, guys. Let's talk about Kimmy. Guys, until I'm cash flow positive, I'm not buying any models. Hey. Thank you for the 2 bits. Thank you for the 2-bit cents. The 2-bit cents. You're using, yeah, Turtle's using Kimmy. So if you have any questions from him, he'll let you know. I don't want to speak for him. All right, let me go in the Discord and let me go in the Discord. Guys, if you want to chat and you're a sub, just go to the Discord and we'll chill. All right? As long as you're good, I'll let you chill. If you're not good, I'm not gonna let you chill. You're good? It's good. He says it's good. He says it's good. It's his girlfriend. That's what he said. One time ago. But yeah, is it even working for me? Oh, it's not even like... Alright. Okay, guys. If you need me, I'm in here. Have you seen the bench? I don't know if you've seen the benchmarks. Okay. All right. Okay, are we gonna go? I could say best model, but I'm very skeptical of everything. So things work, things don't work. Things. Right? Did I talk about my tech stack? Is this enough about the tech stack? No, I didn't really talk about the infrastructure. The infrastructure, I didn't talk about. I talked about web, right? Did I talk enough about web? Ish. Decisions for web. Oh yeah. So for web, I also use a lot of Bun. Guys, I use a lot of Bun for web apps. Mainly because it has a toolkit. It's a toolkit with everything. It includes an SQLite, DB, test framework. It's fast. Uses same package management patterns as npm. And what else? There's a lot. You can just look up bun.com and it contains like a ton of stuff about the goodies of what they offer. Runtime, yeah, it's package manager, test runner, bundler for building stuff. Tells you this whole thing right here comparing Bun, Node, and Dino. Lots and lots of features to help you and to help AI code stuff, guys. Help AI code stuff. So I really recommend Bun for starting every project. So usually, guys, when you're making a web project, you bundle it together, right? You bundle this together for your project. The web app, what else? Oh, web components. So how do I make my websites look better? You wonder. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure that out. But I'll tell you. There is ShadCN, which you could just look it up. Right here, comes with a bunch of UI components, where it makes everybody's site look the same, but honestly, still good, still professional. The other stuff, I use like a prompt to pull in Apple Design. All right, Apple Design, guys. Apple, in my opinion, best designs for everything. I guess you could look up a skill, but there's usually a design for human interfaces, right? Design for humans. And there's a bunch of, you could tell your agent to do deep research here. Give links. Okay, guys. I just looked up Apple Design, guys. I just looked up Apple Design. Right? Yeah. What else do I get? I'm looking at my website. Honestly, my site's still garbanzo, but I try to make it work, guys. I try to make it work, to make it unique in a way, to make it look neat, you know. Yeah, still looks garbanzo, guys. Still looks garbanzo. I need to fix it. I didn't fix it with Fable yet, guys. Next week, I'll use Fable one time to refactor my website, just once. All right. So we have that. What other designs? We're talking about designs here, right? Design. Guys. Oh, what do you call it? Whatchamacallit? There's a front-end skill. I can't even use 505. I constantly get restricted. What? What is this? What is this? What is what? The front design skill. Are we on a mission to confuse LLMs? What are you talking about? What do you mean prompt pull in design skill? What are you talking about? Huh? Coming here talking about weird things? Huh? No. We're just teaching, guys. We're teaching. Your blueprint? Yeah, you came in late to the stream, guys. My guy. You came in late to the stream. We're describing my tech stack. My tech stack, guys. My tech stack. My tech stack. We're talking about my tech stack. Sucks. Let's see, Claude. All right, guys. Let me tell you why the Claude front design skill sucks. Here you go. You read this, and it sounds so broad. This sounds so broad that I can't, in my mind, give any type of recommendation of doing this type of thing. Right? Yeah, sure, you could say, but Anthropic created this thing, right? Anthropic created this, you know, beautiful skill to create beautiful UIs. Guys, so far, all the people that link their sites made by Claude Code, they all look the same. They all look the same. And it's because they use front-end design skills, and it has this really abstract, broad, dry description of creating a website that even contains dashes. So they just, you know, straight up, hey Claude, create this skill that does this. This was not created by a human, guys. That's why we plan. Even, guy, Turtle, when you tell it to plan a design, don't you want to see like sketches, like something to reference for real? That's why I like the Apple stuff. I mean, I shred all those skills down to the bare bones. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I get the visual. Always get visual references during planning. Okay, got it. That's good. Always use visual, guys. That's another thing too. That's a good thing. You pointed out. Always use visuals. Always use visuals or specific examples. So, other things too, Tailwind. Oh my god, I can't spell wind, guys. Tailwind and Shed CN are CSS frameworks. You could use these guys to get started, although then everybody's site will start looking like Tailwind and Shade CN. That's the downside, guys. Everybody's site's gonna be looking like each other's site. Guys, also another thing too that I saw that was really cool, or not really cool, but you could use Google Glass, or not Google, Apple Glass design. Apple Glass design is legit. It's legit. I could, to be honest, I get visual references constantly. The faster you have a visual output feedback loop, the more productive an agent is doing, better output you make. Yep, true. Honestly, guys, let's just copy Apple. Let's just copy Apple. You know, it's okay. They create a premium design, guys. Instead of design, premium design. Premium. Premium, simple design. No crazy stuff, guys. No crazy stuff. Even if you're just working something abstract, just ask your agent to create data visualization. Yeah, true. What else do we have, guys? Are we still on the Golang? Is there anything else in Golang that I'm not thinking of? I think one of the things that I also have about Golang is it supports, you know, concurrency equals easy with a Z. web servers, web sockets, fast protocols like gRPC. What else? What else? There's just so much, guys. Everything Google makes, they make it in Go, and it just works. It just works. Was there anything design? SQLite database. All right. The only thing we didn't talk about is Cloudflare, guys. We didn't talk about Cloudflare. Why Cloudflare? Why Cloudflare, guys? So one point that I have is under tons of scrutiny. They are a public company. They are a public company, guys. All right. You know who's not a public company? Guys? Vercel. Not yet, anyway. They're not a public company yet. But I think it's kind of odd to say one company is better than the other when it's not public and you're trusting all your web apps to be hosted in this place that's not public, that doesn't go under the amount of scrutiny a public company does. Okay, that's one thing. Downside is, guys, you know, there's layoffs. There's layoffs at Cloudflare. You know, keeps engineers scared. And work harder to make sure that they could perform well. Cloudflare, a good thing. You know, they support really cheap for now. Support's free. Or it's generous free tier. Oops, no. Whoops. Let me save this, guys. Let me save this in case, guys. In case. Cloudflare. The nuclear reactor everyone hopes doesn't blow up. Yeah. Generous. Generous free tier. Which means infinite, almost infinite website hosting, but limited requests. All right, really cheap for now, and it's only $5 a month for now. And then it does supports Docker or compute at $25 a month, right? There's that. And then, you know, supports all the AWS stuff. Common cloud provider. Resources. File hosting. Databases. Secrets. Email. DNS. Subdomains. Yeah, common, all this stuff. All really cheap. right? You can't say that they're doing something wrong here, but you know, they're doing something right. And most importantly, guys, most importantly, DDoS protection, right? DDoS, spam, bot protection. That's what mainly everybody uses them for. Is this specific thing, guys. You'll see all these sites that say protected by Cloudflare, protected by Cloudflare. And that's what I like about them. It also supports more things like turnstile to prevent bots from attempting to log into your website. Man, there's just so much, guys. There's so much. So much that I can't remember all of it. How much does it cost you? $40 a month. Because I have the I have and pay for the, what do you call it? I pay for the thing. I pay for the thing. But I have about 60 plus sites. 60 plus sites. They even have observability too for free. But yeah, I have lots of stuff, guys. Also, they have, you know, tailless security. What else do I have, guys? Anything else? No? Can't think of anything else. Can't think of anything. They even have AI hosting, guys. You can host AI stuff on here. AI routing. They have AI routing, guys. An AI router somewhere. AI gateway. So you could literally use, they have free tier too for AI routing. You could create a token to route requests to other models. Supports Anthropic, Google AI Studio, all these other providers to route your requests through as well. It supports, and these models support like speech to speech. I wonder what the models here support. There's models here. Here it is. They have all different types of models. Image to text, text to image, text generation, speech, text to speech, music generation. Who's music generation? Music, Minimax. Image to image, text to video. Wow, you can even use Cdance here, from here. Huh? Wow, damn. And they obviously charge, right? They charge. Whew. All right. Anyway, what else do we have here, guys? There's a lot more, guys. Oh, there's more. I guess the most important. AI native, guys. AI native. So they have this thing called Wrangler CLI and CF CLI, all to interact with Cloudflare using your coding agent. So Cloud, Codex, you know, Cursor, etc. Right? They have an MCP, they have a CLI to immediately start creating resources and managing your Cloudflare account for you automatically. And that's it. That's it. You literally let them take the wheel from here, guys. Man, guys, guys, I haven't been using. I forgot all about this feature, guys. Take the wheel? Sure, wait. Take the wheel, guys. You know? Cloud code, take the wheel. Damn, guys. We haven't used anything for a while. Does Cloudflare have something here? No? Yeah, Cloudflare. Cloudflare, take the wheel, guys. Let's do this. The wheel. This is perfect, guys. This is perfect. Master alert. GPT Soul will spend 10 years trying to do one thing while trying to be a perfectionist. Yeah. Overthinking. Yeah. Uh-huh. 5 tasks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just finished it already. Yes, that's me. That's me. Man, we had so many opportunities. Did we miss out on all these? Oh my god. We missed out on the premium, guys. Premium. We missed out on the premium. Oh man. Let's just go Lambo.
Impressive.
There's a Lambo. Premium design, guys. Anything else? Golang. We need fast, dude. Hey! Thank you for subbing on Twitch, man. Thank you, man. It's been a while, dude. It's been a while. Thanks. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support and everything. Man, really, guys, it makes Mrs. Sigma very happy when people, you know, support the channel, guys, because we're still negative, and then Alex, the thing that makes not it's cash flow negative. We're cash flow negative, and every time somebody donates, it keeps the stream running. I guess it keeps the stream running. We're bleeding. We're bleeding. We need more users. We need more customers, but it's probably because I'm not trying hard enough making the product better, guys. Let's make the product better. Let's check on the product again. Let's check on the product. Holy moly, something broke here. Something broke. We are improving the metrics and the terminal design. All right, let's do it again. It's compact. What? Worked for 9 minutes? Oh my god. Class overuse, compact. Oh, let's see, do this. Mono. Proceed with. Oh no, I did it on extra high instead of ultra. Oh no. Oh no. Dang it. Mono. Perform a design review again. Then proceed with all recommendations. Oh man, I did that on extra high, but luckily it only took 9 minutes, so don't feel too bad. Agentic OS, still working. Fix orchestrator degradation. Alright, please take off stream. Okay. Mac peers lack headers in mission core. Authorize, confirm you're authorized to repair the runners. I guess I'll do that later. Anything else? Fix metrics? OBS metrics? Is OBS metrics fixed, guys? Oh, it's not even showing. Let's check. Let's check, guys. Is it fixed? Slightly? Slightly, guys? It's slightly fixed? Yeah, I think it's a little fixed here and there. What's that say? Unknown? Oh my gosh, why is there unknown, guys? Why is there unknown? Alright, anyway. I will go back to that. Let's go back to this, guys. Alright. We talked about Golang. We talked about Go. We talked about the infrastructure. We're talking about the infrastructure. We talked about how cheap it is. Cheap. We know it's cheap, guys. It's cheap. Cheap. Cheapskate. Cheapy but cheaper. What's this one? Cheapy Miss Cheapskate. Oh, that's cute. It's good, but we don't feel like this, guys. We don't feel like this. We feel happy. Happy sponge. Yeah, we feel happy. We feel happy that it's nice and cheap, guys. And so we took care of our infrastructure, took care of our database, we took care of our compute. Oh, I didn't really mention what Cloudflare workers are. I guess I could talk about that. You know, what are Cloudflare workers? Let me see. Cloudflare workers. Oh, I think here. Cloudflare workers. Still worker? Worker? Should do this. We like using this one. We like using this one. So Cloudflare workers, oops, is pretty much, you know, your bundled website. And hopefully in this case, for me, it's my React, TypeScript, pages. So an example, guys, I have a ton of them. I have affiliate, like I have analytics, affiliates, sigmashake.com. Oops. Affiliate. sigmashake.com. It shows my stuff that I have. Why do you use model skills? Aren't your rules in a COML file? I forgot, I never asked you. Why do you use the model skill? Aren't your rules in config? Let's see. Weren't you here? I thought you were here. It was because of this. The prompt skill. Why do I use the mono skill? Because it does a lot for me, so I don't have to keep typing the same thing over and over in every prompt. I mentioned this in the past, you know, we are human, we are dumb. You are dumb human. I am also dumb human. Well, we have years in software engineering. Don't let don't let yourself man, I have this, I'm so dyslexic. Don't let yourself create the prompt, let AI create the prompt for you. Reiterating a bunch of your SigmaShake rules, but I thought those were in config.toml because that's where you put deterministic rules. The config.toml is just what do you call it? Let's see, SigmaShake config.toml. Yeah, that's not it. That's just the configuration. All the rules are in here. And the only way it'll run into those, running into a rule, is when it does something. So it could be like an A/B. Let's say it does something and it does something the wrong way. It will, you know, write a message to them or deny them or force them. It'll have to attempt to trigger that command line first to trigger the rule before it says anything. But yeah, I do have to migrate a lot of the monoskill to some machine rules. You're right. You're right. Let's clean up the monoskill. I haven't done it in a while. Mono. Need to review the monoskill. To migrate as much context to SSG rules. The monoskill is huge. Oh, I have to pause for a second, guys. All right, make a better monoskill that makes a better monoskill. Yeah, exactly. All right, need to review the monoskill to migrate as much context as G rules. Oh, it's getting huge. All right, let's just do that. I'll figure out the rest. All right, you guys can still hear me, right? All right, sounds good. Okay, so the idea of the monoskill is I used to keep typing in my monoskill. Let's say, yeah, the monoskill, what I used to do. This is what I was doing every single time. I kept creating this. Goal, create a team of agents. Oh man, this is not enough space. Specialize. Not general purpose. To add feature. Use ultra work from oh my agent. Nice. Then what happens? Create team of agents, specialized, not general purpose to add feature. And then there are things like don't do XYZ type of thing, right? And that used to be in my auto skill. Don't do / do XYZ. And instead of having to type that all the time, it's just in a mono skill that does it all. But it also had, there's also like a long list, a laundry list of standards. Laundry list like SDLC, FMEA, OWASP, top 10, guardrails. There's tons and tons of stuff for your laundry list of checks that you want to apply consistently. There's also like update documentation, no work in progress, files, update documentation, update website, deploy changes. Yeah, there's like a whole laundry list of stuff that you need to do. Because if you don't specify, guys, it just won't do it, right? So it won't create the commit, it won't create the PR, it won't commit and push. right? If you're not specific enough and you want to work as autonomously as possible and let it go, let it ride, you got to be more specific. Or you got to tell it. You got to tell it. Right? You got to tell it. And I can do those things. I need to, I drank a lot of water. What else we have here? Or did we talk about... We're back, but guys, I think we need to exercise. I ate my food before exercising. And I think the food has settled down. I ate my breakfast. And I think, guys, when we play our workout music, it has to be one single track. Because I had to keep... When we play copyright music, guys, I have to keep editing the video over and over again in order to remove all the copyright music. So we need to figure out one good copyright banger track that we would play that, you know, doesn't require me to keep whitelisting things all the time. Split audio. Split audio? Alright, split audio. Do I have enough tokens for that? The split audio? Because it'll break audio again. Let me fix it. Let me fix this. Let's see here. Does this have it here? Claims. So take action. Take action. Erase song. Erase song. Confirm changes. Yeah, it has to do it one at a time. How to split audio in OBS and YouTube? What a pain in the butt. It's not even working for my GoXLR to split audio either. So I have to do this one song at a time. So yeah, we're not doing it yet until guys, we what do you call it? Until that's working. Until that's working, guys. Until that's working, that's when we'll do it. But what? So we have to play one single song that is a banger, and most songs, guys, are only 3 minutes. Most songs are 3 minutes. Oh, my arms are slightly a little bit sore, but I think we could sort of do push-ups. Wait, actually no, I don't think I could do a push-up. My arms are my legs, actually, you know, maybe it's a rest day. Maybe it's a rest day, guys. Maybe it's a rest day. So it's good we won't do it yet. We won't do it yet. Okay, we're talking about the sub sites. The sub sites. Worker pages. We have plenty, guys. We have 56 sites. We have sites for support. We have sites for accounts. We got our emailer. We got a voice relay. We got single sign-on. We have fleet. We have install and build. A real Super Saiyan doesn't complain about the pain. It's true. It's true. That's true. We got our MMO. We got billing. We got hackathons. Society. Mods. Yeah, we might have to depreciate some of these, but watch. Oh man, we gotta fix. We haven't done watch in a long time. Compliance. Analytics. Workspace. A lot of stuff, guys. Security Operations Center, our Discord, endpoints, clipboard, Sales, vault. Yeah, lots of requests. I gotta add alert. $1. 0.01 cents. Went over 0.01. Got billed. Alright. Let's do this. Let's see here. What a threat. We have stuff from months ago that we probably needed to depreciate, but that's fine. They don't really generate requests anyway. 0 requests. Barely any requests. What else do we got, guys? Did I miss any questions earlier or no? Oh, got some prompt. How aggressively do you want to go? Very aggressive. As aggressive as possible. We gotta convert everything to be aggressive as possible, guys. Let's questions. What does a perfect... Oh, I was looking at my own. Alright, other than that, ultra work.
Impressive.
Ultra work. And everybody puts a lot of trust and faith into into trusting somebody else's tool. But yeah, definitely copying somebody else's tool is all good with me, but ultra work. Codex plugin that injects compact orchestration directive. Man, that's so deep in the sauce. It's definitely a token maxers. The coding agent for token maxer, that's true. One and only agent harness for complex code bases for your codex, for your open code. Read it? Gee, it's bajillion lines long. I don't think I gotta read it. Oh my code. Orchestrate curated agents faster. Is it the same as GitHub first fluke oh my agent? Yeah, there's just several iterations of people copying other people's stuff, but honestly, like, yeah, it's hard to even, like, guys, it's just, we're just putting a lot of trust in just anything at this point, right? Has goal, QA. You were just about to get relevant parts. It lets you control agent orchestration. It's just reference. Got it. Maxing supply chain attack. Yeah. Exactly, guys. And then there's prompt injection now, guys. Oh, guys, people are putting malicious stuff within their GitHub repos, and then your agent reads it, and then your agent does something bad. That's why you have guardrails, guys. That's why I have guardrails. Provenance. Yeah. But the thing is, I don't want to go against friction orchestrating agents when using ultra mode already does it. Using ultra code and using ultra effort already does these workflows and orchestration. People who made it were doxxed. Ay, guys. Ay. Right, guys, Q&A or YouTube videos. Right, guys, what is the market? I'm not much tuning for OMX is for Codex. Yeah, it was. It works for any hardest. Alright. What else do we have to learn here, guys? What else do we have to learn here? We have a list. We had a list of to-do lists. Not this one. Topics. Model selection. All selection, effort level, MCVs, and native. Sub agents, prompts, planning, testing, sub agent workflows, delegation. We already sub agents. I don't think I need to talk about that. Tools. I think we talked about tools too. Testing. We didn't talk about testing, and we talked about secrets. Model selection. I think we talked about model selection. Yeah, execution. I think we're out of topics, guys. Unless testing is a topic that we want to go over. All right. I think test is a big one too, because everybody tells me that I spend too much tokens on test. Test, guys. Test. Remove the test, sire. What's that one? What is that one? Oh my gosh. Wait, how many emotes do we have? Which one is that one? 300? 200 something? Okay, so would I be able to find it in here? What's the name of that one? Worm tongue. Oh, okay. Can I see the big version of it? All right. Oh man, can I copy this? Oh, it's not playing. Oops. So it's loading slowly. Test. Remove the test. Remove the test higher. Let's talk about tests, guys. Let's talk about tests. Guys, let me tell you about tests. I take it seriously, but, you know, eventually, tests get stale. And that's my fault, because I have so many projects. So many projects, and there's so much to keep up with. Let me tell you that I create tons of tests. Lots and lots of tests. So many tests that they don't even load. So there's 1,000 tests. Yeah, lots and lots of tests that probably won't load. But let me tell you my view on tests. Tests, sire. Tests. Why? 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 You know? Make sure a feature works. feature works. Reduce bugs. Reduce regression. Oh, what happened here? Regression meaning, let's say I create a feature, right? And then I create another feature. I want to make sure feature 1 still works when feature 2 is implemented. Other stuff? I think my full suite of tests is 12,000 tests at 9. What? At 9 minutes. I got it down from 15 minutes. Nice. Getting Sigma now that I subbed. Getting Sigma Shake now that you subbed. Nice. How do I know you subbed? Did I get a notice? Did I get a notice? You're becoming Sigma now that you subbed. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for subbing. Did it actually, is there something wrong with the stream? Is there something wrong with the stream that I getting noticed or something? Huh? Something? Eh? I'm BenQ on Twitch. Oh, okay, I got it. Thank you. Thank you, BenQ. Thank you, operator. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everyone that subs. Once you sub, you get access to not only ad-free, but you also get access to Sigma Shake Pro. Like when you subscribe, you're actively buying it. Subscribed. Ooh, yeah. So you make sure the feature works, but let me give you, before going down the deep rabbit hole, guys. We'll stay on YouTube. Got it. Thank you for supporting me on YouTube as well, guys. People who watch me on YouTube, let me tell you why I appreciate everybody that watches on YouTube. I'll show you guys. Because in order for me to monetize, guys, it's my goal. It's my goal, guys. It's right here. I don't know why that number's wrong though. But it's my goal. Goals, guys, become Twitch partner. Which I need 75, active viewers at a time. Goal 2 is goal 2, guys. Hopefully it shows up here. All right, goal 2, guys, is reaching 3,000. It's actually 4,000 hours, honestly. You need to reach 4,000 hours watched on YouTube in order to get paid. In order to get paid, guys. In order to get paid, I need 4,000 watched hours. I know Bridgemine gets that in a day, but I need to figure out how to do it too in order to get paid. In order to get paid, guys. Because right now, I'm just working for free, and Mrs. Sigma is not looking too confident in numbers. Not too confident. But yeah, guys, we want to set up ourselves for success before we launch, guys. Only 4,000. I got you. Let me get my other piece up. Thank you. Thank you, Nisa. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all the people watching on Twitch. Keep me company, and hopefully I keep you company too, and you learn something. Starting to lift off, guys. We're lifting off. Ideally, guys, before we take off, there's a lot of checks that we need to do, guys. Lots of checks. Lots of checks. Dude, I'm running tests. You're running tests? Sup, dude? And it's taking forever. Guys, one thing, let me tell you about tests, guys. How to do tests. Let me tell you how to do the test. Fast. How to do fast tests. Guys, how to do fast tests. Alright, let me tell you how to do fast tests. Alright? Stop using languages with long, slow compile build speeds. Alright? I mean, even if you do this right, guys, even if you do this right, you could also make it even faster with caching. Even if you do run as many tests you can in parallel, unless you need purpose, yeah, something like that. Guys, my tests are super fast, but I need to slow it down or else my system will completely blow up. My system will completely blow up. Oh, did I have an error in accounts just now? That's weird. I usually don't encounter that error in accounts. A 503 redemption code. Huh? I'll look into the redemption code thing, guys. I'm not sure why I gave you a 503 error. I'll look into that. I'll look into that, guys. With Svelte compact mode, Svelte 5. Okay. Investigate and resolve this 503 error on a redemption code. Alright. Have that. Whoever's trying to use a redemption code, I got you. We're fixing the error. It used to work. Redemptions used to work. I don't know how that regressed, but anyway, even if you use a slow compile build language, even with caching, it's still slow. Still slow, guys. Still slow. Oh, let me turn off that overlay. Maybe I should have just wrote everything to Rust like everyone else is saying. No, we just told everybody to not use Rust. Yeah, we told everybody to not use Rust. You missed it, Ewo. I advise everyone to use Golang. Advise everyone to use Golang. And it's because, in case you missed it, in case some of the people that missed it. Where is it, guys? Where is it? It's somewhere here. It's somewhere here, guys. Where is it? Golang? Yeah. Rust. Super slow, even with caching. Even with 64 cores, 123 threads, compiling, still slow. I only write my backend in qubit instant teleportation protocol. Yeah, that'll be the day, guys, when we're all running in, writing in quantum languages. Is there a link to this graph that we can all have live updates as you draw? This is all local. I don't think so. Even if it does. Invite people to collaborate on your drawing. Don't worry, it's encrypted, fully. Sure, I'll start this session. That works. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because you won't get the GIFs of it. But I can share it. Export to link. It's ran locally. Please, yeah. I can only do one thing for you guys. I could only, since this is running locally and not publicly, I probably need to upload this service to, what do you call it? Need to upload it to, my goodness. Alright, I'll publish, because Niso was an I will publish this and copy it. You need to run your own Excalibur though. Secret Society, yeah. Copy. Alright. Okay, copy. It's not a PDF, it's an Excalidraw. You could load into Excalidraw. The Sigma philosophy. All right. What day is it today? July. You know where it is. You know where it is, guys. All right. There it is. Okay. How to do fast tests. 101. Stop using languages that are slow. With long, slow compile build speeds. All right. Just use Go. Go or TypeScript. I save you that this alone just saves you a ton of time. And then the next one is do not do Svelte 5 compared to Go. All right, let's just look it up. Compare Svelte 5 to Golang. I think you're comparing the wrong thing though. You want to compare it with TypeScript. I think you want to use bun. You want to use bun. All right. Let's see here. Spare. Yeah, comparing Go to Svelte is the wrong comparison. Even then, Go is still faster. TypeScript, incredibly fast, but it's the slowest. It's slower than TypeScript. It's the turtle. Svelte 5 is the turtle. Oh my god, what the heck? You literally half a second to 1.5 seconds to run 100 simple tests. As for Go, is less than 5 milliseconds. Jeebus. I keep telling people, hey, stop using whatever language you're using. Use Go. It's not that hard, man. You'll like it. At this rate, I'll die before test complete. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. If you have access to Fable or anything better, it'll be better. Alright. So next. Do not. Alright, what the heck was I about to say, man? Somebody interrupted me and I lost this thought. Huh? Alright, I've delayed my dog now. I've been talking enough. I'll be back. Maybe I'll remember. Anyone got an unused account with Fable? That's hilarious. Rewrite everything into TypeScript? I don't think you want to rewrite everything to TypeScript. Like it's half, depending on your site. If it's just front-end site, okay, rewrite everything to React TypeScript. If it's a back-end thing, CLI system thing, rewrite it into Go. All right. So I didn't remember what not to do. Do not. The only reason I chose Svelte was because Apple embraced it. Oh my god. Isn't that One of the things you also made a decision for too, not seeing everyone Apple does is good. Yeah. Didn't you say something about somebody else embraced something and that's why you used it? Oh, no, that was Millsy. I haven't seen Millsy in a while. He's probably enjoying the weekend, but Millsy said the only reason he uses Fedora is because he saw Linus say that the kernel is, you know, what it is because of the Fedora team. That's why he uses Fedora. Do not. All right, stop using languages that are still compile speeds. Just use Go. Fast tests. We're trying to use fast test here. Dang. What am I thinking? Well, okay, let's think of other things to increase tests. Oh, yeah. Do not run tests on every commit. Because of pre-commit git pre-commit hooks. So the non-technical people that don't know about Git that much don't know about this feature. And pretty much what it is every time you run a commit, you create a commit, it could trigger a script. And what most people do is when they create this script, it triggers like a bunch of lint tests, the lint formatters, and then even tests. Don't do that. You don't want to run tests on every single commit written. I've done it before, and it will crash your machine. It will crash your machine when you have multiple sessions of agents writing commits and then running tests, triggering tests. It'll be a mess. It'll be a mess, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll cry. You'll cry like that guy. Hey, the moat is actually working. What the heck? It's actually working. How come only some work and others don't? I don't get it. This is supposed to be a red. Yeah, just don't do it, guys. Don't do it. If you want to run fast, blazing fast, do it on pre-push. Do tests on pre-push. So this means before your code is merged to main master branch.
Impressive.
Right? So that way you could do several iterations of your code before it is merged. So you run all the tests. You run all the tests here before, so that you know the code is good. Oh, is there a better one with SpongeBob? Before the code is merged to master. Okay. Before the code is master. Do pre-push. Do tests on pre-push. Pre-push, guys. Before your code is merged to master. That way, you could save all the test time. Like you could think of, right? Like normally people run tests on every pull request, right? Like they do a pull request, they open a PR, and then it runs these tests. And then once the test pass, you approve and merge, right? But what if, guys, what if before you even create the PR or merge to main, you do your test locally and then you just merge straight to the branch because you know it's working. Doesn't that save time? Like, this is the old way. This is the old way. You stage files. You commit. And create pull request. Then triggers tests. And then approve. Then merge. Right? This is the old way. And this right here. This right here, or let me put this in white. This right here takes hours. Could be minutes. 10 plus minutes. Hours. All right. Per tests. Per PR, right? Well, what if, guys, the Sigma way, my way, or the Sigma way, guys? My way or the Sigma way? You do the same thing, right? Do the same thing, but let's cross out this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What was that? What was that? Uh-oh. Loading scene. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The scene dead, guys. The scene dead? Ay, ay, ay. Huh? 3001? How is it dead? It's running right now. It's running right now. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Dead. Dead, guys. Well, scene testing. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was bad. That was bad, guys. That's what I get for attempting to use the room feature. I knew I should never click that room feature. Ay, ay, ay. Never clicking on share again. Never clicking on that share feature again. That was How come it works? Oh, localhost. Oh no. Yeah. Luckily, we save stuff, but All right. All right, we already talked about tests, but all right, some of it's still saved. Some of it's still saved. Okay. All right, let's do it. Add it back. Old way. Stage files. Commit. Create pull request. Triggers. Tests. Approve. Merge. Right. New way. It's stage files. Commit. Pre-push. Merge to main. Some people, if you're doing this at work, you're probably not gonna get approved. But since you're working on your project solo, I think you could work as fast as possible. This one takes 10 plus minutes. 1+ hours. Right? And then here, pre-push, like at most, probably 3 to 5 minutes. Or even faster, it could be 1 minute. You know? Oh, let's see here. So, we're trying to optimize for speed here. Right? And we have multiple sessions working. So, you can be even faster. No tests. That's true. That's true. Move fast and break things. Yeah. There is the possibility. No tests. Work even faster. Just straight to main. If there was a way, I think we'd probably do it. But broken app. Yeah. Guys, if there was a way to do this faster, we probably would, right? Stage files, merge straight to main. Or like, you know, the thing is, oh, the one thing that we didn't mention here is we do the concept of test-driven development. How do we test? How do we create tests? All right. That's probably what we should do. How do we create tests, guys? We do the concept of test-driven development. All right. Test-driven development. Yeah. Well, and I'm not gonna make up definitions here. So we're gonna use Google. What is test-driven development? It's an engineering practice where you write automated unit tests before writing the actual production code. Originally popularized by Ken Beck as part of extreme programming, TDD flips traditional software development on the head. Instead of writing code and testing it later, the tests themselves drive the design, structure, and implementation of your software. I would like to make up a term because it's what you do. Test-driven plan development. Yeah. TPD. Yeah. All right, guys. Test-driven development relies on continuous, rapid loop called red-green refactor. Because pipeline is always a meta prompt plan TDD code. Yep. Niso knows what it is. I'm not sure if Niso learned it from me, but that's why we do things, guys. We don't let the model just code stuff. Although it might actually still work if it does it that way. We want to make sure it codes it the right way. Test first, code later. Test first, code later. And I'm not sure people could still tell me that I'm wrong. But at least I could say that I'm not making it up. Alright, how does it work? You write tests that fail, purposely fail, so it can't possibly, the model can't possibly do this. It'll, they could write slop and it'll still fail, but still. We want to make sure we write code, minimal code, to make the test pass. So we write the condition of what we want, and then make it possible that it'll fail, and then write code to make it pass, and then we refactor and optimize the code, and then repeat for every feature that comes afterwards to create better software. And that's pretty much it. But let's see what the benefit is. Higher code quality. Forcing developers to write tests first results in cleaner, highly modular, and decoupled code. Fewer bugs and regressions. Since every line of code is backed by tests, defects are caught immediately during development rather than in production. Living documentation. Tests act as an accurate executable manual that shows exactly how different modules of the system are intended to behave. And then fearless refactoring. Developers can fearlessly modify and optimize legacy code because their safety net is automated test will instantly alert them if something breaks. And then there's like a combination of traditional testing being TDD. So it's pretty much as you're coding, you create tests to make sure things are working as expected. And that's, not too difficult to comprehend, right? Like, I'm making sense here. Hopefully people aren't being thrown off and don't know what I'm talking about. But like I said, guys, before a spaceship launches, excuse me, we want to make sure everything works as expected. Never written a test in your life? Man, no wonder. You don't believe in them? Okay. I believe in assertions. That is tests. Oh my god. And assertions are tests. Anyway. He's trolling, guys. There are tests that are always testing. Nobody needs a dashboard for tests. They just work in the CLI. Anyway, guys, I think I talked about this before in some past videos, but the industry never created tests. Humans too lazy to do this. And then this caused lots of issues, made it hard to patch code bases. with automated systems. An example is, let's say there was a vulnerability that came out for a specific npm package or any package dependency, right? And then you needed to update that dependency in your application that used it. But as soon as you updated the package, it broke your app because your app didn't account for changes in the functionality of the APIs or SDKs or functions or methods within that dependency. And that caused, it caused way too many issues. Broke so much stuff. People are like, screw it. I'm not updating. So then nobody patched their products. Or it took longer. You're like, hey, it's just working. Who cares? It's a security patch, right? And that creates a lot of stigma of even patching. Test-driven development, as you're writing code, you're always testing it. So, there's not going to be any regressions as you're adding and contributing more code to the project. And then the other concept that I have for test-driven development is fail. I think I talked about this already. Don't I talk about this somewhere? Uh-oh. Not again. All right. Let me save. Learn my lesson. Save every time I do something, because when I accidentally close the window, it doesn't work. All right. Nope, I don't talk about it. Thought I talked about it. Spec sheet. Business, opportunity, context, text data, tokens, monoskill, what computer to buy. All right, definitely not. I don't talk about it. All right, FEMA. I thought I did it. FEMA. This is TDD. Next one is FEMA. Fail. Your error. Fail. Error. What's this one? What is FEMA? FMEA? Oops. No. What is FMEA? Failure modes and effects analysis. All right. What is this? I learned about this from AI. Pretty much I said, hey, I want to create a resilient testing structure before launching, similar to how spaceships launch, or how a spaceship is launched. Something like that. It was like something involving launching a spaceship. and it popped out this thing. Let's see, how is this used in, where is it? Where is it? How is this used in mission control? Like launching a ship to a rocket to space. Man, what am I thinking is? Single point of failure. All right, fly rules. Okay. I think it's the mock F. Yeah, create a mock. Create a mock of FMEA matrix. Let's see if I'll do it. It's also applied to sailing before it was applied to spacecraft. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that either. So there was like overall, you're building something for production in a living world, always changing like a boat on a sea. It must maintenance in motion. Ah, interesting. All right, did I fix that one issue again? No. What did we fix? Generally empty. All right. And survive the noise. Yeah. I didn't come up with this. The model just came up with something. FEMA allows them to anticipate every conceivable point of failure years in advance, mapping out the exact consequences and pre-program or pre-rehearse the precise response. So it's like predicting an anomaly before it happens. And you know, when these rocket scientists are launching stuff into space, they need to identify, you know, all the possibilities that could happen that could cause the launch to go wrong. And so that's what I have the concepts designed in my mono skill to consider that. It might not consider everything, and we might find bugs here and there, but at least we figure out some concept of you know, essentially failure isn't an option, it's the core philosophy, and from any failures they create rules to stop them in the future. Yeah. Thank you for supplying more context and content for that, Niso. But I hope you guys are understanding my philosophy here. It takes pioneers drowning at sea and people on the shore learning why to get this knowledge. Yeah. People died to get this knowledge, right? People died to get this information. Right? So that's why I take Sigma Shake so seriously, right? I could take it to the extreme, guys. If one of my guardrails fail, somebody dies because they're using my software for some human or robot that interacts with the real world, right? So that's why it's so serious here. Sigma Shake is getting super serious, guys. Super serious. We cannot fail. We can't afford to fail. We could fail in the UI maybe, but not in the back end. Not in the back end, guys. That's why I take tests so seriously. It makes people think, you know, you're using all your tokens on tests. You know, you're doing it wrong because, you know, you're using too much tests. But, you know, I'm trying. My guardrails might protect people someday. Trust the RGB looking man. If you want to stay safe too, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So also, The other thing too is that there's different types of classes of tests. There's several classes. I'll only name a handful because there's so many of them. There's unit tests for the functions and quality of the code. There's integration with other applications, end-to-end test. That's probably the most popular one. Yeah. There's smoke tests. This is testing after you've deployed. After you deployed something, you test it again. There's performance. I'm gonna combine load tests here. Performance and load tests. Overall, I have like a whole combination of tests here. Regression tests, stress tests, spikes, soak, scalability, chaos engineering, failover, disaster recovery, onboarding, static analysis, dynamic analysis, penetration testing, dependency scanning. So many tests, guys. So many tests. You know, definitely add security in here. And then dependency. Mamma mia. Yeah, guys, there's so many. You need a whole DevOps team to set us up. Yeah. But now we have AI. We have AI, guys. But now we have AI, we're able to implement all these tests into, and when you add all these together, guys, you gotta think about performance, because every single test you include will increase the amount of every feature that you add, every new endpoint that you implement. You're gonna have to consider all of these aspects, not just what you see here. There's more. There's way more. You could test for just about everything. There's even observability tests too. Observability tests to make sure the whole system is being observed. But, you know, there's so many tests here just to get to this successful point, guys. This is just one part of the equation. Just launching, guys, just launching from this thing. So many tests, so many compliance, so many audits had to happen just for that thing to launch into space, guys. Crazy, crazy. But I think everyone is willing to compromise writing the tests so that people don't have to die. All right? Because life is precious, guys. Life is valuable. What if the person that died could have cured cancer or created AI, right? Or a life-saving disease? We don't know. We don't know. Every life is precious. So that's what we have here for tests. There's a lot to learn here. And as much as I would like to keep pounding tests, there are some things to be worried about, guys. Another warning, guys. What other warnings do we have here? What's this? Oh. Let's see here. Anything else? We have a bunch of. We'll just have different perspective. You have been warned. Regressions and hallucinations. All right. Regressions, deception, and cheat. Okay. AI, guys. AI. AI, guys. AI. ChatGPT lied to me. How could it do it? Yeah. Regression, hallucination, deception, and cheating. Guys, did you say lie? Alright. That's the same thing as lying. Lying? You want the thing lying? Alright. AI. You said AI? Alright, guys. We gotta learn about it. Regressions. Sound similar? Lie, AI? Yeah, it does. What I want to say is regressions, you know, you create this feature, a feature, but removes another feature. You misheard, no worries. Regressions, the AI tells you it creates a feature, but it removed another feature. That's bad, guys, that's bad. That's why we have regression tests. And regression test is doing a pretty much test everything. Not just the feature. Test everything again, guys. Again.
Impressive.
Test everything again, not the feature. Oh no. Removes. Oh. Removes, guys. Test everything again. Not just the feature. Have you covered the not allow full rewrites? They're kind of like hallucinations where they rewrite a whole file instead of applying a diff. No, I don't. Rewrites, some rewrites are somewhat. I feel like if as long as you implement ponytail will try to prevent rewrites. Hopefully that helps, Lisa. Because the senior staff, lazy engineer, will always push back in a full rewrite. At least from, like, I wouldn't doubt there would need to be a rewrite because of some implementation that needs to be redone again, because it was done poorly. But yeah, test everything again, not just the feature. Pushed back too many times, so I fired his ass. You guys ponytail off. Oh my god. Oh no. And shaved his neck beard. Oh no, not the neck beard. Alright, this is for regressions. This is handling regressions. So how do we handle with hallucinations? Alright, I don't have a good answer, guys, for hallucinations. Other than, you know, use another frontier model to perform reviews. Adversarial reviews. Reset context. Reset context. Oh my gosh. Hallucinations. Regression. Regression, guys. Regression. I don't think I have a good one for regression. Regress. 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 When hallucination? What? Hallucination chances increase as you climb, even the model. Oh, yes. Small amount of context. Under 300K. With as Windows context windows fills up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The smaller the amount of context, the lower the amount of hallucinations. That's right. You guys are right. You're right. There's also compacting, context, and starting a new session helps. And that's why you do agent-driven development. Okay. So next, deception. Deception. The main agent holds the big picture while the sub-agents just write the code. Got it. Oh, yeah. One agent orchestrator. Schrader. Sub-agents. Teams. Full code. Has downsides? Alright. Alright, okay. Handling deception. Handling deception and handling cheating. I got straight up. Straight up. I'm still trying to figure out top of the mind information for this. The hands-off needs to be clean, very clean, with all contexts included. Sub-agents and sub-agents have no autonomy. They follow directions to the T and exit. Yeah. I think also, you know, memories. Oh yeah. There's another one, right? Memories.
Impressive.
And guardrails. Sigma shake. Could also enforce hallucinations. Like if it sees a command, it could stop it. Embedding roles and memories. Roles and memories. Add roles in memories. But make sure it's not altered. And then for guardrails, hallucinations, block specific commands. Aliens will uncover this document and go, oh, this is how they blew themselves up. I'm glad they're documenting this for the aliens that find us. Yeah. Let's see, handling cheating and handling deception. Handling cheating, there's this concept called mutations. And then there's in tests. And then deceptions, man, deceptions is more like it's telling you that it got it done, but it didn't get it done. I think the handoff also deals with this. Hand off review to another harness. They won't, because they'll build a space wall to keep illegal aliens out. Oh well. So let's go with in tests, software development tests. How do they handle implement mutations to prevent cheating? Mutation testing. So, mutation testing is a technique used to prevent cheating, such as writing tests with no assertions or tests that pass regardless of code correctness. It actively alters your source code to see if your test notices. Here's how that works. Create test mutations. A mutation testing tool automatically generates multiple copies of your software. In each copy, it introduces a single intentional bug called a mutant. Then you run the test. Your tool runs the test against every single mutant. Mutant killed, a test fails. This is the goal. Your test successfully caught the bug. Mutant survived. All tests passed. This exposes a loophole. Your test missed the bug, meaning your test coverage is weak or cheating. So I haven't implemented this myself because I don't know how big of a code base my thing will become. Well, I should definitely give it a shot. Considering that we have so much tokens from Codex. Mine as well, right? Mine as well. I have not done mutations either. I did it once, but not much with Sigma Shake. I think it's big enough yet. Yeah. I might have to consider test mutations. Popular implementation tool. Go mute testing. Oh, there is a testing. Mute testing. Let's see if I have it in my code base though. Oh, so there is mutation testing. No. It's just... yeah. I could see what it comes up with. It looks like, let's see, still doing the redesign. Oh man. What's this? Fixed metrics. What happened here? Oh, it fixed graph refreshed cleanly. Okay. How's the graph look, guys? Still, yeah, reasonable. I can see it work. And let's go back to here. The Atomic OS. Have you tried Kimi yet? Nope. I am not. I am not. Some of the boys here have. Some of the boys say shit is slow AF, but it's good. Okay, yeah. I could believe it. I can believe it. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, but you know, people could say what they want, you know. thing isn't going to be running on my graphics card for sure. For security research, it's pretty good. Oh, yeah, no restrictions, no guardrails, I assume. All right, shrank the skill, migrating a bunch to pipeline. What actually shipped? Much less than the aggressive trim you picked, and that's the correct outcome, not the shortfall. Okay. But slaps? No slaps? No slaps? Yeah, no guardrails. Anthropic got nerfed by the government while everyone else caught up. They warned this would happen before the wings got clipped. The Fable, you either get slapped or you get banned. That's true. That's true. A process near miss worth knowing about. Mid push discovered independently written GPT dispatch. Okay, that's fine. Adversarial view actually caught real bugs twice. Adversarial review caught bugs twice in 2 rounds. Cool. Nice. What is it good at? I saw it was amazing in 3D rendering. Yeah, it's good at front end, they said. Front end stuff, they said. Let's see what the mono skill looks like now. How long is it? It's 300 lines. That's not bad. That's not bad. Fable has been good boy. Not a special like Sig. Don't have the extra approvals. It was only a bad boy the first week. And wouldn't obey. I found ways it likes whispered to. Okay, it didn't reduce dramatically my if anything, it made it even longer. It made it even longer. The review made it even longer. Let's see. 7 gate specialized agent portfolios target 60% GPT, 40% frog. Claude by delegated slice. All right.
Impressive.
All right. Welcome. Thank you. Pause standing 80% GBT, less than 20% Claude. Token share target reached via. Man, this is like crazy description for model. All in order. If plan mode is active, exit immediately. Before any reads, plan mode blocks phases 3 through 7. Okay. Let's see. Guys, do you write your plans or your skills by hand? I know I don't. But I definitely would like this to be trimmed as much as possible, but it seems like there's just so much going on. I could just say, hey, but this is a skill, right? It needs to be deterministic, but it also enforces all the workspace checks too on how to do it to make sure it doesn't regress. What can we do here? But it says optimize as it possibly could be, but now it's longer now. It's even longer.
Impressive.
I do write some of your skills by hand because its human input is better. Attention head reacts sometimes. Not all use cases are like this. It really depends on what the skill is. I think it got... Yeah, it tells what it needs per model. But then again, most prompts are just as long as this anyway. Yeah, it's a user guide and manual, which is a fine structure. I still think it's a little too much. It's fine to have AI write the guidebook for AI. Yeah. That's what I am assuming after doing months and months of vibe coding. That we're at this stage where it's one skill that rules them all. Compact it more, yeah. It needs to be compacted or distributed to other skills. This skill needs to rewrite all the other skills. Ideally. Yeah. You're right. I'm not satisfied with the rewrite. And this was only 13 minutes.
Impressive.
Thank you. Hello? I am not impressed with the changes. I'm not satisfied by the changes. Needs to be less than 200 lines. And need to refactor all existing skills. This is the one skill that rules all other skills and is bloating context. We need to make sure all unused skills removed. Because like so much of the concepts that I have have been like slowly written over, abstracted, removed, changed. All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff has changed.
Impressive.
What is mono? It's my main mono repo skill, custom skill. So instead of having me to write different types of skills all the time, it's just one skill that rules them all. And so I don't have to do anything after that. I don't want to use any other skills. I just want one skill and it does everything. Some of the skills read like coach's playbook. If the defense looks like this, our offense takes that position, or if the defense takes these positions, take that position, whatever. But isn't going to cover the depth of the skill. Playbook style can go deeper, yeah. My problem is, what if it's not like my jobs take like 1 million in context. It's pretty optimized to not go past the 500k limit, but still, whatever we could do, we don't do much optimizations that much. That are not used. Cloud code sessions. By inside mono, what do you do? Advise all other skills, or it loads them dynamically, or just one, use one. Yeah, I have it available. It's on my GitHub. There it is. You must be new. I've shared it a few times. I'm not satisfied with the changes. Needs to be compact, less than 200 lines. Need to refactor all existing skills that are not used. There's one skill that rules them all the other skills. As blowing context. I need to make sure volumes are removed. Do analysis. Verify. Yeah, this skill has grown like way too big over time. I do admit. So it has the meta prompt. FEMA. Okay. I probably have to move on for this, but it's just work, right? I think if I don't get much better results, I will probably modify this. But if the results are still good, I probably won't modify it yet. I won't modify it yet. So I'm waiting on the terminal redesign and the agentic OS. And then what's this? It's finished. Root cause is fixed. Current status. Please take stream off air. Oh, this is the degraded thing. Okay. Alright. Going back to it then. Alright. Handle cheating is test mutations. We just went over that definition. We might... Oh, that's the thing. Test mutations. Test mutations. The one more concept that I want to add is implementing test mutations when we run tests to prevent cheating. Cheating. The other. There are more concepts that I want to add. Cheating. Make all tasks auto compact after 3000. See 4000. Token context. And then regressions. The testing. I guess, yeah, we always test, so we always test everything, so that prevents regressions. We already do adversarial reviews by codex, and then we're implementing this one for lower amount of context, 3000, lower than 3000. And then test mutations, and then, yeah, exactly, we do that already. Let's just add this. Let's just add that. Mine as well, guys. OBS metrics, this is fixed. Home terminal design. Oh no. Oh, okay. Save this. Save this before it's too late. Man, I feel like I'm using Microsoft Word all over again. I'm not sure if you remember the old days, guys, but when you accidentally closed, you know, your Microsoft Word or Notepad, you lost all history on it. It was bad, and it was sad, and you were always frustrated. You're like, God dang it, I closed the window and now it lost all my progress. Anyway, so we talked about tests. Is there anything more of tests that I didn't mention? Oh, I guess let me talk about the downsides of tests. The downsides of testing. All right. Downsides of testing. It's very brutal. Downside.
Impressive.
Downsides of tests. Problems. What's this? I don't want peace. Problems. Problems. No problems here, Scoop. I got problems too. Downsides of testing, guys. Very expensive. And token costs. It's very expensive, guys. I only say this, it's not for the faint of heart. Only recommended. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. Only recommended for production, public facing, only recommended for public facing products. E2E expensive, but you may have an integration test with mocked responses from LLM. Yeah, I could agree with that too. Only recommended for production public facing products. Like if somebody else is using your products. Example, someone else is using your product. All right, if someone else is using your product, you're gonna have to do the test, guys. The last thing you want is blowing up somebody's machine. Explosions. Last thing you want, guys. This happened to me, guys. I do admit this happened to me. This happened to me, guys. I had a Twitch, one of my first viewers on Twitch literally saw my product, installed it, and then it just spawned a bunch of terminals. It spawned a bunch of terminals. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm sorry guys. I didn't test it on Windows. It was mainly for Linux users. But I used Tari. And if I use Tari, it should be fine, right? Right? Wrong. Wrong, guys. Oh, that's another thing too, guys. Oh God, I didn't mention this. I didn't mention this, guys. When you create tests, this is a big one. Test for every main operating system. If you say you support it, Windows, Linux, Mac OS, All right, if you say you support it, you better test it on the actual hardware. Do you do evals, Langfuse, Langsmith? That's your take on this? Self-reporting agents. We must hear your chink. Yeah, I'm a supporter of those products, but I don't want to compete. And they only support API usage. So since I don't pay through API, I don't use their products. But I do support LangChain. And if you're working in an office corporate setting, I recommend to use it. Because you most likely have access to API usage. For me, as a single, a solo founder that can't afford API usage and only can afford subscriptions, I recommend just sticking with subscriptions, and you might not be able to use that stuff. Langfuse is open source. Yeah, I assume, yeah, most of the stuff, LangChain, all that stuff is open source. Yeah. But not a fan of using them because you have to have an API key. So yeah, what's the point? What's the point of these products if you need to use API keys? They're too expensive. You're gonna be like, trickling tokens and costs that increase over time because of API tokens and keys that you need. That cost money every time you say something. I think they're really good when you're creating a SaaS application that you could guarantee positive cash flow positive if it's being used. But once it's starting using the free tier, you're slowly bleeding money over time. But yeah, it's I support it. I haven't created a product using API usage yet, mainly because the risk of one bad prompt or an abuser using your site could drain you completely. I mean, you could create several guardrails and evals to prevent that stuff too, but you mainly need to have that one insight of using AI really well to create that profit almost immediately on the first user. I mean, one of those people is Lovable, Base 44. Those were all products that immediately gave people superpowers, like, hey, I create a site with just one prompt, right? And they used that technology to generate the site, right? To create that generation using hooking up with LLMs to generate code gen that website, etc. Which is something that I want to implement as well. But users, at least the trend of users that I see and come into the stream is they just have money for the subscription to pay for the cloud code and the codecs. They don't have money to keep on a what if type generator paying per token. I don't know. I think as you use AI more and more, you gain more confidence on what you're trying to create and what people are willing to pay for. And people are willing to pay for is the outcome, the generation of the product, the video, the image, the voice, the audio. That's what they want. But paying for a product per token is also the currency for the actual developer themselves. So it gets a little expensive. I don't know. It's a little I'm on the fence. What's your take? I mean, you asked the question. What's your take on those products or that model? Or anybody's take on that model? Because I'm trying to figure that out as well. Like if you're able to generate a product that somebody like and pay for, by all means, that's when you start using the paper token, paper usage, or for models. Yeah, so the downsides, going back to this, guys, the downsides to the testing is it's very expensive in token cost. So you could pretty much, you know, burn your weekly usage. Can burn your weekly usage fast. Right. But at the cost of, when you're testing, guys, when you do all this, after all this, you know, you increase code quality. Increase code quality and reliability. If you do this, once you have tests, you're able to launch, guys. You're able to launch to the moon. To the moon, guys. To the moon. Let's go to the moon. Oh. What the? Let's go to the moon, guys. To the moon. To the moon. All right. Once you have your test, guys, your code's reliable, you can launch to the moon. And that's something everybody wants. Everybody wants. But yeah, I think I could talk about maybe that particular product in general. Langfuse doesn't require API key only if you want to run evals inside, but you may self-host a small LLM as it traces. Killer feature for you. You may literally see how your agents think and how they decide to call tools based on traces. Correct. Yeah, I don't use local LLMs for much for coding. I think I even have a thing for that too. Did I put that somewhere? Did I put that in token maxing somewhere? Yeah, it's in another. I put it in a different yeah, I put it in a different thing. Maybe I should combine it all in one. Huh? Should I just combine all of everything token maxing to one file? Probably should, huh? I normally use API token as a fallback to complete task, rather than stopping my. No, we're talking about like using an API key to use the models. And even thinking takes it costs money. If you being able to see the thinking, that all costs tokens. It's not free. It's definitely not free. And I think I talk about it in token maxing that you don't want to use local models for. Oh hell no, then yeah, you don't want to use local models for coding, ideally, unless you create a a harness that will do the coding. But can you really create a better harness than Claude Code right now? Other than Pi, possibly, but there's just so much that you need to do to protect yourself. Like so much. There's just so much engineering work that goes into Claude Code and Codex that managing your own harness to create better quality code, designed for their specific model. I'm not sure anybody has the expertise. Everybody will hallucinate and think they have the expertise and go through a psychosis, AI psychosis, and think they could create a better harness than Cloud Code. But in the end, I probably doubt it. I probably doubt it, guys. In that case, guys, if you could create a better harness, you'll be $1 trillion company. You'll be $1 trillion company. And you must not be using the latest frontier models. You have to be using the open weight models, and you have to create $1 trillion company from that. So, yeah, I'm not. Other than that, yeah, you have to use the true PIs. I don't know why it renders it sometimes, not all the time. I have to figure out that issue. Yeah, but I ain't using a local Quen, Kimi, or whatever. It's too slow. My machine won't be able to run it, and I'll probably need to spend maybe $100,000, give or take, to create an actual system that will satisfy my token needs. I'd rather just pay the $200. The $200 per whatever, per provider, Frontier Lab. I guess I should combine token maxing in here, huh? So save this, open this, open this, open token maxing. Or should I open also tokenomics? Oh my gosh. Can we get a push? Can we get a push of the graph as it's right now? Yeah. I will copy this. Copy. Then open. Open philosophy. I'm like 300 drawing behind already. No worry. No worries. Awesome. I could copy another one from another one. Nice. Let's make this token maxing. Oh, Nisa, have you started your new job already? Or is that not too soon? Exciting, exciting. Let me save this. I'll add in more of the stuff that you probably missed too. Tokenomics. Tokenomics. Soon, 15 weeks of training starting Monday. We chill until then. Nice. Alright, where is it? Okay, tokenomics. Okay, open. I actually have this, keep saving this in my repo, because if I save it here, it won't have version control. So I better save it in my mono repo. I gotta add a folder. Oops, crap. I renamed it untitled. There's one more that I need to open. I think it was the food hackathon by accident. I wrote over the food hackathon. I'm sad. Oh, this is Sigma Shake. The making of Sigma Shake. I didn't get to finish this one either. Oh my gosh, this one's huge. Shake. Okay. Save to. This one. And then save to. Shared. All right, we saved 2. All right, we go to shared. Okay. All right. Wow, it's getting big. It's getting big. Oh my God. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 17 megabytes. 17 megabyte update, guys. Oh, it's getting big. Don't ask again. Why do you keep asking? Oh, it's asking every time because it's not a whitelisted domain. All right. As it is, as it stands, where are we at? I didn't get to talk about Sigma Shake often. Sigma Shake origin story. Oh, why didn't it contain the origin? I really gotta start add better circles in this. Oh no, I gotta figure out how to not click on everything. All right. Testing. This will be testing. Gotta organize now. Okay. Testing. What's this one? Execution. Right. What else we have here? Business 101. AI native. Ay. So much. I'll just save it as is right now. Save this mainly to my main project first. I'll save it to the other one later. Wow. Man, it meant to be one small thing, then it turned out to be a huge thing.
Impressive.
Impressive. Thank you. This is execution. This is planning. Planning. Planning, execution. What else do we need to separate? Cloudflare infrastructure. Holy moly. Holy moly, guys. This is probably tech stack. Most of this is probably tech stack. Best operating system. Computer. This is my computer advice. I don't know what's going on, Beast Kid Kevin, but you keep following and unfollowing. All right, next. This one is also, what is this? Golang, tech stack. It's like a combination of tech stack and Golang. Oh yeah, this one's gonna be disgusting. Disgusting, but it might need its own place.
Impressive.
I don't think I can zoom out any further. Uh-oh, forgot one. One didn't make it through. Get more room here. AI. The token. So many lectures all packed in one thing. But guys, I gotta say, guys, I'm sort of proud of ourselves. We're better at doing Excalidraw now. Before we sucked. And then we practiced every single day, and then we enhanced to the point where we create our custom version of Excalidraw to do all the things that we want. I think one other feature that we'll probably add is, you know, allow collaboration for this too. One day. What's this? This is tech stack. Tech stack. What do you guys think? You like this format?